Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. Happy Supercharged Manifesting Monday. I'm going to wait for y'all to join. It's a brand new week. It is a brand new week. I'm so excited for this conversation this morning. It's going to be real talk. We are going to have a very real conversation about the things that are happening to us in the feminine collective. All right, let's see. Hey, Maxie, and good morning. There you all are. Hey, Andrea. All right, so as you're all coming in, can you just give some love to each other? Say good morning so I know that you're all here. Yay! Good morning, Goddess Jackie. All the beautiful ladies. All right, so hi, Beth, Goddess Beth, Tanya T. Okay, let's jump right into this conversation and be as efficient and effective and like, hey, Goddess Denise, you're all distracting me. All the goddesses are in the house this morning. You know, that just like raises the vibration for me and everyone else here. So hello, goddesses that are all in our presence this morning. And so if some of you don't know what I mean, the highest level of working with me, okay. How about now? Can you all hear me? Is my sound back? Yes. I think I can. The sound. Can't hear you. Can't hear you. Okay. Can you hear me now? Okay, great. I don't know what happened. Technology is just having fun with me with my computer. But here we all are. Let me make sure I move that mouse away from that microphone. All right. So I'm going to say it again. For some reason, I'm having to say this is my third time. When you hear me acknowledge goddesses, it's because the highest level of working with me is called the Goddess Wealth Circle. And the ladies that have ascended to that level of work, I like to, just acknowledge that they are operating in their lives from the full knowing and awareness of their God-given power. They have ascended to that level of consciousness. They've invested immensely in themselves, and so I love, I just love honoring the work that they've done, and I love celebrating them when they're in our presence. So hello, goddesses, and I want to share that with you because that really is my heart's desire, is to ascend each of you, for you to really come to know the goddess in you, right? So that is the ultimate place to come play with me, is in the Goddess World Circle. So having said that, today we're talking about the impact of exhaustion. One quick second, because I just saw my beautiful Inga. Looks like she's testing something, and Inga, I'm on WhatsApp if you want to let me know if that's working or not. All right, so we're talking about the impact of exhaustion on wealth creation. And I've been thinking about this a lot because, as I'm always honest with you, my position in my life are two places. One, worry. I have to watch out for when I get pulled down into worry. And the second one is overworking. I have to watch for when I get into that overproductive. I was at an event this weekend and it was so beautifully described as chaotic productivity. And I realized that for many of the women that I serve, and myself included, we have an addiction to chaotic productivity. We language it as working hard. We language it as effort. We language it as even being productive. But the truth is, the way we have done it and really put it on a pedestal is very masculine energy. It's very hard. Yes, you want to feel productive. Of course we want to feel productive, right? We want to be working towards our goals, and we want to be productive. And there is the tipping point, right? The in economics it's called, oh my gosh, diminishing returns. There we go. In economics, it's called diminishing returns. That point at which you are being productive and then you're no longer really getting any results because you're so exhausted. And the reason is we're doing this from what the masculine world has prescribed as productivity. And I want to have a conversation this morning about that, because there is a cost to doing that, especially when it comes to creating the wealth that we all desire. And by wealth, I don't only mean money. I don't only mean money. For us to have a wealthy life includes abundance in all areas of our lives. And when you are exhausted, you cannot experience wealth. Right? How many people do you know that are very financially wealthy but have no life, have no health, have no love, have no joy, have no spiritual connections? For us in our community, that is not wealth. That is not the wealth that we are after. So what we want is we want to be able to understand the things that we do that separate us from the kind of wealth we want to experience. And we need to understand that when we're operating and thinking we're being productive in that masculine energy, we're not going to feel energized. It's going to exhaust us. This overproductive masculine way exhausts the feminine. We need rest, we need flow in order for us to maximize our creation, in order for us to maximize our wealth in abundance in all areas, in relationship, in health, in spiritual connection, in joy, in love, and in our bank accounts. Right? We want it all. Yes, I said it. We want it all. We want it all. And so heavy on the rest and the flow. And so when we're exhausted, I want to share with you, I want to bring to your awareness 4 things that we're going to experience, because you need to understand what it's costing you. You need to understand what this chaotic productivity cost you and me. Hello, I'm at the front of this line this morning. I am up here on the stage preaching and in the front row to myself. Okay, this is a reminder for me. And all I'm doing is I'm like, you know what? Since you all come here every Monday morning, let me share my awareness for myself with you. And so here's what I realized. When I am exhausted, I lack clarity. Do you do that? Like, do you realize that when we're exhausted, we lack clarity? We can't focus. You can't focus. And I don't know about you, but the lack of clarity actually perpetuates the exhaustion for me. Like literally, because I can't focus, because I'm not clear, because I don't know which direction to go anymore, because I'm so tired from the productivity, I become even more exhausted. I can't sleep. I don't know what to do. And I hear a lot of women describe this as stuck. Stuck is the most exhausting place on a planet to be. You want your energy drained, just go to stuck. And you know why you're in stuck? Because you're exhausted from trying everything. You're exhausted from overworking. You're exhausted from being, Deanna says, when I'm exhausted, I'm all over the place in my thoughts, right? When you are exhausted, you are going to lack clarity. And that in itself is going to perpetuate your exhaustion. That's number one. For me, number two, I know that when I'm exhausted, I do this thing where, and I think the best way to describe it to you is like this. I actually overwork. I work more. when I'm tired. And I'm like, how does this make sense? I'm exhausted. I'm fully aware that I'm exhausted. And then I go, let me work more. And so I realized, do you remember doing the 5-day Wealth with Ease activation? I demonstrated this model to you. When we are exhausted, our logical mind takes over, and we have, oh my gosh, generations, not just you in your lifetime, generations where we have been told the only way to create a result is action, is to work really hard. So our logical mind has accepted that as the truth. It has accepted it as that is the only way. Those of you that have read the Four Agreements, you know, one of the things that made me the most angry when I read that book, I literally almost didn't finish it because in the beginning, it just talked about the agreements that we came into this life and we made. Like we didn't even have a choice. It's like you came in and your family said, this is a chair. You go, okay, chair. It's your family said, your culture said, your religion said, the entire freaking world said, the only way to create a result, to create wealth, is to work harder than everybody else you know. And so our logical mind is so full of that as a fact that when you get exhausted and you can't have the space to think anymore, you literally stop thinking and your logical mind takes over and all it knows is work. You need to work to get results. So you literally go into autopilot when you're exhausted and it makes you work more. Red is work. This is a combination of how you can create a result, right? You'll see when you are exhausted, your logical mind, when you're operating from your logical mind, you truly are work equals success. Then you've got a little strategy in there. This is your plan, a little strategy, and then a tiny little bit of spirituality, wealth consciousness, maybe a little prayer sprinkled in here and there, right? So this is that model. When I'm exhausted, I go to this. In fact, forget strategy. Probably the entire thing is red and then a little tiny prayer in there every now and then, right? So I want you to recognize, that's right, Priscilla, that's our default setting. And your logical mind is literally when you want to create wealth with ease, your logical mind, and I don't mean to say this in a bad way, but it literally works against you. And if you don't realize what's happening, you're going to get stuck operating like this and just, again, perpetuating the exhaustion. Because when you're tired and your logical mind kicks in and it says you have to work more, what happens? You work more, you get more exhausted. So I need you to understand this. And the wealth that will you make money? Yes. Oh, yeah, you can work really hard and make money. Is that the kind of wealth that we're talking about? It is not. So I want you to understand how you being tired and exhausted is impacting your wealth. The other thing is, when I'm exhausted, this is when my ego goes into protection. It is like, oh, this is my time to play. And it makes me go right into worry and fear. Anytime I see myself being ultra fearful, ultra worrisome, I literally know now I'm tired. Do you guys, Priscilla says this is a sermon today. Do you ladies realize that? Do you realize that that's what's happening? Just check it. When you are the most fearful and you are the most worried, you're the most anxious, you're the most depressed, you're the most all of those low vibration things, just check in. Am I tired? Just check in and see. I promise you, you are exhausted. And when you are in fear and worry, you are not in the highest vibration of alignment to wealth, the wealth that we want, right? Because worry and fear are low vibration. Wealth, which is joy, love, freedom, abundance, joy, is on the vibrational scale, it's in the opposite direction. So the two are not aligned. You can't be low vibration, fear, and worry and also be experiencing joy, love, freedom, right? All of gratitude, all of those things. And so, why are you in that place? Because you are exhausted. And so, we have to recognize that. Yeah, Darlene says, no, I never recognized that. And so, the last one, and probably the most important one, oh, I didn't realize I picked this one up because I want to show you this. Here is the greatest cost to you of being tired. The greatest cost. When you are exhausted, you do not do your spiritual work. You're like, oh, I'm tired. I have no energy for this. Right? Let me just wake up and go work. Let me drag myself out of bed and let me just go get to my productivity, the things I have to do, I need to do. And you know what? I'll get to my spiritual work later. I'll journal later. I'll pray later. I'll intend later. I'll do my gratitude thing later. And that is death to wealth, because the way we want to create wealth in this community is from our wealth consciousness. We do not want to do it from this red zone of activity, effort, hustle, and grind. We want our wealth to come from the power within, which is purple, right? This is where we want to be, using our energy and our time to feed our consciousness, to do the spiritual work, to journal, to intend, to pray. We want to do a little strategy in there. And so when you have most of this operating for you, you take less action. So I'm going to put that away because we did that during the 5-day wealth with ease activation. So I want you to just think to yourself, is this productivity that I'm doing so that I can be wealthy costing me my spiritual alignment? And if it is costing you your spiritual alignment, then you have to reassess, because you are on the track of doing work in your effort versus your energy, from effort versus from the energy that you already have. Like literally, God took me to the ocean yesterday to just show me and remind me, Tasha, this is what it can be like. Like the waves, literally, I just stood there and they literally just rolled in, brought in abundance, and then they just rolled back out, took the things that no longer serve me back out to the ocean. Like it was just a metaphor for, this is how easy and relaxed it can be, Tasha, right? Which one do you want to do? You want to stand out there in the ocean and like blow the waves up onto the shore? Is that what you want to do? Or you just want to use your consciousness and your power and just sit in receive mode, allow mode, surrender mode, and you're still going to get results either way. This is the way we want to generate wealth, right? We don't want to do it from exhaustion. And the person that spoke about this weekend at the event that I was at, in the end, he said, what we're going for is peaceful prosperity. And my soul just like melted with that message. Peaceful prosperity. That is what we want here. So I'm going to end today with a few things. To take a nap. You have permission to take naps. It is mind blowing to me that we literally need to say, hey, you can take a nap. Deanna is on here. Deanna is nap queen, right? Goddess Deanna, let me refer to her properly. Goddess Deanna has mastered the art of napping. Yeah, you can take a nap. You can refuel. You should refuel. You should, right? Resilience, like my mentor says, is not the ability to go from one big thing to another big thing. Resilience is recognizing that you need to restore. You need to restore. We need to get in alignment energetically by allowing ourselves to be more in alignment, more at ease, more peaceful. And yes, naps are everything. So I just want to remind you of this morning. This is more an awareness conversation than anything else. Goddess Marcella says, I'm all about a nap. I want to remind you of this, and I just want to bring to your awareness, because I think for us as women, we truly have bought into the more work we do, the more productive we will be, and the more wealth we will generate. And I'm not saying that hard work isn't going to produce an outcome. I'm just telling you, it's going to cost you these things. And you got to ask yourself, like, is that what you really want? Is that the way you want? That's what I'm asking myself. And it's not what I want. That's not the way, that's not my definition of wealth, right? So what I want to start doing is this series starting now all the way till December 16th. Y'all remember what's happening December 16th? Saturday, December 16th, we are going to do a masterclass, Create Your 2024. This is where we're going to talk about what is your word of the year. I'm going to show you how to write intentions for 2024, and we're going to do a powerful visualization activity, right? So you already knew that last week. I told you, mark the date, December 16th, Saturday, December 16th. Just mark it in your calendar as Create 2024. Literally, I'm making it a dedicated time that we can be on Zoom. We can be super focused on creating 2024. And I'm starting to have these conversations leading up to that so that we can decide, do we want to continue doing it this way in 2024? Or do we want to become aware of, dang, man, I've been doing it from this place of just chaos, an addiction to working hard, and the masculine way. And when I go to create 2024, like, I don't want to do it like that anymore, right? I want to create the next year from a different place, a different energy, a different level of awareness. So for all of you that you're going to be there, I actually had the team put together a little comment trigger for us this morning so that you can begin to RSVP. We are for sure going to hit our max on Zoom. So those of you that are RSVP'd today, when we put out the opportunity to register, which we're going to put out a 1 day, like, everybody come in and take this opportunity. It will be November 11th is the day that we're going to give you the chance to register. But for now, we want the people that come here every morning, we want you all to RSVP. So can you go ahead and type the word? Hang on. Let me get ready for you. It's actually not the word. Just type the letters. RSVP in the comment. RSVP. RSVP to RSVP, and then check Facebook Messenger and make sure that you respond to the prompts, right? If you type RSVP and you don't check Facebook Messenger to see the message from me, you're not registered. You're not RSVP'd. That's the way that works. Type RSVP, go to Facebook Messenger and respond to the prompt that's there so that we get you on the list and begin to secure your spot. I love it. The universe just gave me the most amazing evidence ever. 88, which are my, it is my life path number. So it's going to be an amazing time. Make sure you're RSVP'd. All right. There we go. You're all checking RSVP. You're all typing it. Now I'm going to leave you be to go to Facebook Messenger and continue the process there. I just want to leave you with this. I don't know about you, but I am super committed to change and up leveling for 2024. And you're like, Tasha, how much more up level can you be? Watch me. Watch me. And if you're interested, I would love to take you there. I would love to take you on this journey. I am beyond committed. Like, I'm on this spiritual walk right now where I literally just feel untouchable. I feel like I've been playing so small and so safe and so, like, just the tiny use of my power, and I've been tapping more into effort than this power that we all have. And I'm going there. And if you're interested, I would love to take you. I would love to show you what I'm about to do. So let's go. Well, RSVP. I love you all. Have a wonderful Monday and a great rest of the week. Bye, everyone.